Greetings, Globe. My name is Ife, and I have decided, after being inspired by my dad, to video record my journey. I was diagnosed with ovarian cancer and uterine cancer last month, January 2020. It all began when I was suffering from like a distended stomach, just very uncomfortable, no pain, but just a lot of discomfort. New Year's Eve, I was really like, I could barely move. And of course, I wanted to bring in a new year with my children, the new decade with my children. But then that very next day, on January 1st, 2020, I decided to go to the ER. And I told my kids, oh, I'll probably, I may be in for 2 days, guys. So, you guys just hold the house down. I thought at the worst, I had sepsis, and they would just have to give me fluids and antibiotics, and I would be back home. I ended up staying in the hospital for 20 days. On that very first day, after they did the CAT scan, the doctors came, the oncologist, and they said that I may have cancer and that they would have to run other tests. And that really caught me off guard, but the type of personality and attitude I have, I'm positive, and I was like, okay, well, if this is what it is, like I came here for the healing, so long as I leave being healed, it was like we just go one step at a time, and that's what I've been doing, and that's what I'm going to continue to do. And as they ran more tests, they continued to say it's still looking like it may be, for anyone who's been through it. I assume there's, you have a lot of uncertain answers where it's like maybe, like nobody's giving definite answers. So over like almost a 2 week period, it was like a lot of semi answers, but everything was still like pointing to the likelihood. They were pretty sure from the beginning. I could kind of tell, but they couldn't confirm it. But just through their experiences, they were like, if it looks like a duck, walks like a duck, chances are it's a duck. And so they did tell me that from the beginning. So I just took everything one step at a time. And on the 13th of January, well, a few days before, like that Friday, I think it was like the 10th, they like said, okay, it's cancer. Um, it's in the uterus, ovaries. Like they could tell, from the testing where it was at, where it wasn't. They did a colonoscopy, endoscopy, all of that was fine. And so they felt for my age, and I'm 42, that it would be best to just go ahead and do a hysterectomy first and then chemo after. And so on the 13th of January, I had a hysterectomy. And then I stayed in the hospital for a week, healing from that. It wasn't horrendous. They, they definitely had the morphine available, and also like Tylenol and other, lower level painkillers. And so I used the morphine for the first few days, but I didn't like fully the way the morphine would make me feel. And so I moved towards like the Tylenol and the ibuprofen in the later part of the week. And by the time I got home, I didn't take anything. I took one ibuprofen when I got home, and then that was it. The pain was gone. It was just a lot of from having hysterectomy, just that part of the body had to heal. So like walking was really rough. The first 24 hours after it, I didn't walk at all. They had like a catheter connected to me, so I didn't have to go to the bathroom. But then after that, they took the catheter out. The doctor really encouraged me to walk. So first walking was just going to the bathroom. And then eventually the doctor, he walked me down the hall. And then he wanted me to continue to like just walk around the hospital floor. And so I did that. Sometimes it would be 3 times in that day. Sometimes it was just one time in a day, just depended on my strength. But walking was definitely like the first challenge that I had to overcome. And then when I got home, I have 3 stories in my home, and my bedroom is on the third story. And so just walking up those steps was a doozy. I definitely stayed in my bed a lot during that first week. Mainly just went to the bathroom. I didn't even go down to the second floor or the first floor really. My children are awesome and they got me everything I needed. They cooked for me and brought me my food, served me my food, and made sure I had snacks around. Nobody was gonna be home and it was just me. Um, so each day, literally every day, I felt better and better and stronger. Things like sneezing, coughing, laughing, they hurt in that area. The wound healed really quickly. Like I have a vertical, I forgot what someone called it something, but a vertical wound, and that healed really quick. I had stitches, and every day when the doctor would come and check, he was shocked at how well I was healing. So that part, I still have some tenderness. It was more numb each day. The numbness is decreasing, but now I can walk up my steps a lot easier. I can move even just to the bathroom a lot quicker. I'm noticing when I cough and sneeze, it's not hurting as much as it was. And so I'm doing better. Yesterday I had my first day of chemo, and it went really well. I'm under the understanding that the first week after chemo, I will typically feel fine. And then after those like first 7 days, then my blood count and my immune system will become very low. I, of course, am in the mindset of even when it's low, I will still feel fine, but I do plan to just stick around in my room for the most part during that week when my cell count is just at the lowest, just to let my body just rest and try and let my immune system build up as quick as it can. I will be sharing, my plan is to just share some of the things that I end up using and doing and just my entire journey through this process. But today, the day after chemo, I feel really, really well. My daughter and my brothers were with me yesterday for my chemo, and I just want to give them a shout out because I love them so much just for being there. Like it made everything so much better. I do have a very small video that I made yesterday while I was at the center, by the way. I'm at Memorial Sloan Kettering in Manhattan. Amazing, amazing, amazing center. So thankful to be there. Everyone has given it so many accolades, and I can see why. Um, and so my goal is to share my journey, um, and hopefully I will inspire others. I plan on it being therapeutic for myself, but I also